Hey everyone, IG here again. Hope everyone's doing well. I'm kind of new to this voiceover stuff, so bear with me. I may sound a little bored, but it's actually just the way I talk. Using this massive pine knot I found recently. Thing was just laying on the ground and it just caught my eye. It's just one of those things. When I was growing up, they always said, look, keep your head down, look at the ground. You might find something interesting. I'll zoom in here for some close-up shots so you can see it all better. I don't apply too much pressure with the Dremel. I just let the bit do the work. Just like dance over the surface with it, you know, not be aggressive about it. Because if you go too deep, actually, you're pretty much at the point of no return. Usually start off with a Saburr spherical bit, the green style one. It's I think it's a 1/2 inch diameter sphere on a 1/8 inch shank. I bought these saber-tooth burrs off the official website, saburtooth.com, I believe it is. I would steer clear of eBay unless it's a authorized dealer. The other popular burrs are cut-saw. I haven't tried those yet, but I think I will, just to see how they work out. I'm pretty sure basically similar, but we'll give it a shot. It's more or less a freestyle face. It's intended to be a female face. If anyone has any suggestions, something they'd like to see, like I was actually thinking about not doing the same old video. I was going to focus on certain parts of the face, like perhaps eyes, nose, and mouth. Cover different areas in different videos, so it focuses more on specifics instead of the full face. So that's just my thoughts. The comment section's open, so leave anything that you want to say about it, and I'll be happy to respond. Try to keep it a two-way street, you know. Yeah, I've edited this video down due to, bandwidth limitations again. Since I'm off grid, it's one of those things. I don't have the luxury of the high-speed internet. I'm not overly fond of the multi-part series, actually. I'd like to everything wrapped up in one session, more or less, so that's why I edit it down. And maybe in the future, if things go well and I have access to high-speed internet, I might actually do a live session, but that requires 1,000 subs and over 4,000 hours per year. So got a ways to go for that one, Steve from the UK, one of my new subscribers, was asking about this Genesis tool, and I basically told him to hold off. It's not working very well. It's just a piece of shit, more or less. You pay for what you get. It's only like $40, and I only had it like over a year or so. So basically, and I didn't really use it that much, so I would not recommend this one. busting out the steel wool to knock off the rough parts, high points, etc. They have different grades, anywhere from coarse to super fine. And another handy tool, I'd say. So I would check it out. Scribing in the eyes with the pin vise. It's another handy tool I always use. And I totally recommend it if you guys are getting serious about, details and things like that. After all, some say the devil is in the details, right? I use my left thumb to push the scribe across the eye because sometimes the wood's really tough, and since I'm not using a mechanical tool, like this is all by hand, so you gotta use some lever action there. So, and that's the technique you're seeing here. There's a downside to the pine knots. They're pretty pitchy and resonated, so they've got a lot of buildup on the burrs, so you have to constantly clean the burrs. That's the only downside, but other than that, it's a really nice piece of wood to work with. Like I mentioned earlier, I said I was going to start a different kind of video with the specifics instead of the full face kind of thing. So, and I'm actually looking forward to it. But currently, as we speak, I'm working on a gargoyle right now. It's on a piece of ponderosa, so that's in the works right now. So we'll see how that goes, and we'll take it from there then. Focusing on the eyeballs right now. Some people find eyes difficult and some others don't. I guess I fall into the category of not finding them difficult. In some upcoming videos, I'll cover the eyes in more specific detail, how I do them. I mean, everyone has their different ways of going about it, but I'll be happy to share that with you guys, and so stay tuned for future videos on that. Tend to spend a bit of time with the eyes. I think the eyes are important because they change shape constantly, either from a squint or wide open look, or a sideways glance, upwards, downwards glance, or a sleeping look where they're totally closed. So you can convey a vast array of emotions through the eyes, I'd say. Constantly switch bits here. I'm back with the Saburr tooth bit, spherical bit. It's always a back and forth process. Here I'm using the moto-flex Dremel tool. It's a model 332-5. Another old tool that I was gifted. Don't regret it, actually. It's a nice one because it's got a metal flex shaft on the end instead of the plasticky stuff they come out these days. For anyone interested, I put all my tools in the description that I use. So if you're inclined, go ahead and take a look. Putting some details in around the eyelids with the moto-flex tool comes in really handy. The only bad thing about it is you got the encumbrance of the shaft that hinders mobility issues. That's why I preferred that Genesis tool, but unfortunately that thing's no longer usable.
Fucking idiot.
Working on the brow area here, putting some lines, or actually defining the lines a little more. And it gives the face a little more expression when you put some lines up there too. Yeah, I did the math. I think this project topped out at 2.5 hours, including all the painting of the eyes and so forth. Yeah, it seemed like it took much longer, but I guess when you get in the zone, everything slows down. I was always taught as a youngster it was rude to stare at someone, and this spirit doesn't seem to care. I guess in that case, it'll go to bed without dinner. Recently, I discovered these Riffler files on some person's YouTube channel, and he was using them for smoothing out signage and corners, like Celtic knots, for example. And I figured I'd try it out on a face, you know. Seems like it works out pretty well. It's a little bit tedious, but relaxing as well. It's a good thing to use. I'd recommend them. You can find these files all over the place online. They usually come in a 8-pack with assorted different shapes for different situations. Give it the old profile test. Here's a cylindrical style Riffler file. It's good for around the eyes and particularly the mouth area as well. the ever obligatory steel wool, or wire wool as they refer to in the UK. Just thought I'd throw that in there for all my friends over in the UK. Just throw a little acrylic paint on the eyes for added effect. I don't apply any urethane on the pieces since they're going to be indoor based and there's no need for it actually. Unless they're going to be outside, then I would, of course, put a coating over them. So that about wraps another session up. Thanks again for everyone stopping by and visiting. I really appreciate it. And hopefully you guys gain something from these videos. I'm not perfect, so I try to do my best explaining things. And I still have a lot to learn as well as a carver.